It's Friday now. I did start the second chapter yesterday. I didn't finish it, so I finished it today. So I'm just going to quickly run through what I gauged from it. So this week's all revolved around recovering a sense of identity. The main things I drew from it was the chapter it was talking about crazy makers. So these crazy makers are basically people or a person, depends, in a creative person's life that is unstable, toxic, very disrespectful of the creative person's times. They are often charismatic, frequently charming, highly inventive, and powerfully persuasive. From what they were saying, a lot of it seemed quite narcissistic. In the book, the author gave examples of for example, they know that you've got an exam coming up, and they'll call you and be like, oh, I know you've got an exam, but this will take 2 seconds. Can you just do this for me? Which might seem minor, but it's just like small things like that. And very everyone's mood is dictated by their mood, and wherever they are, there's chaos basically. So me personally, I don't think in my inner circle there's anyone to that extent like that. I think there are a couple of people that are borderline, or maybe not borderline, but definitely in that area, but I just wouldn't say that they're very excessively like that. And there's people in my outer circle that are definitely like that, but I wouldn't say I'm very involved in their lives, although they could just pick up the phone and be like, this will take 2 seconds, do this for me, I need you to do this, I need you to clean up after me, I need to do that. Do you know what I mean? Very, it's never oh, how are you doing, just wanted to check in, miss you, let's go out, let's do something. Do you know what I mean? Nothing like that. They expect special treatment. They break deals and destroy schedules. So they show up 2 days early for your wedding and expect to be waited on hand and foot. And they expect you to foot the bill as well. Obviously, all these examples don't apply to me. They spend your time and money. They triangulate those they deal with. Because basically, crazy makers thrive on energy, but by thriving on energy, they deplete those around them. So getting involved in things that aren't to do with them, or maybe someone else has said something about you, so they're like, oh, that person told me that you didn't wake up on time today for work, or something like that, even though they weren't to know in the first place. Not that it's secretive, but it's just it's not your business, you don't need to know that. They're expert blamers, so nothing that goes wrong is ever their fault. Oh, in this part, actually, to be fair, this was interesting. They were saying that crazy makers are often blocked creatives themselves, afraid to effectively tap their own creativity. They are loath to allow the same creativity in others. It makes them jealous, and it makes them threatened. It makes them dramatic at your expense. So, for example, they call you and just ask you, oh, do you think this person loves me? Even though they know you're doing something right now, you're trying to pass an exam, or you're trying to get somebody home from the hospital, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just very disrespectful, especially if the crazy maker knows what your situation is at that time. They hate schedules except their own. They almost abuse time. Oh yeah, if you claim a certain block of time as your own, your crazy maker will find a way to fight you for that time, to mysteriously need things just when you need to be alone and focused on the task at hand. I can see that around me. And crazy makers hate order. The chaos serves their purposes. When you begin to establish a place that serves you and your creativity, your crazy maker will abruptly invade that space with projects of their own. That one, I don't know too much. Like, I can't think of examples where there might have been somebody in my life or my circle that have done the same thing. Oh my god, my forehead looked massive. What the hell? Oh, I just look like an egg for the rest of the video. No, I don't like that. Anyway, they'll obviously deny that they're crazy makers. So, identify the crazy makers in your life, but it then goes on to basically say that how they choose to deal with themselves is on them. All you can do is like control how you deal with them. So if you're feeding the behavior, if you're doing the things that they're asking you to do, or you're picking up the phone when they're trying to call, or you're like what's the word, you're allowing the behavior, then it's on you, and you're the one that's got you've got an unhealthy relationship with them, an unhealthy attachment to them. But they also say it's not just the unhealthy attachment or relationship, it's also self-destructive. So you just know that if you do maintain that relationship with them, then it means that it gets in the way of your creativity, but you're doing it on purpose because you know it destroys the creativity. So it's just self-sabotage. Basically, you're using it as a form of self-sabotage. Like, even if you don't pick up the phone but you're constantly complaining about them driving you crazy, you're allowing them to take up your time, you're allowing them to take up your mind and your energy. So it's a you problem, so sort it out, and put some barriers in, basically. It also talks about skepticism in this chapter. It's just a lot of drawing back onto the negative self-talk. So we tend to stuff our feelings with doubt, and for example, with the morning pages, if things are going well, I could be like, oh, they're going well, like I seem more awake, I seem more alert, but so what, it's just a coincidence, like I'm just gonna go back to my old habits next week, I just know it. Or I've taken myself on a date and I'm noticing I'm being a little bit more happy now, but so what, it's just a coincidence, like I'm not going to be happy. Like, just very depressing and very like limiting in how you're talking about yourself. So yeah, it's just about being more open-minded about the good things that are happening. Oh yeah, to do with the skepticism, yeah, I said that right. It's saying to use the mind, think of the mind as a room, and in that room we keep all our usual ideas about life, God, what's possible and what's not. The room has a door, and the door is ever so slightly ajar. Outside the room you can see that there's a great deal of dazzling light, and you have lots of ideas there that you consider to be too far out from you, and you keep them there. That's why the stuff that's inside is where it is, and the stuff that's outside is where it is. And in our ordinary pre-recovery life, when we would hear something weird or threatening, we'd just grab the doorknob and pull the door shut. So it's like almost like you're scared of the change that you're creating as a result of trying to work on yourself. So for example, the inner work is triggering outer change, so you're starting to see physically like how it's actually having a positive effect on how you exert yourself, how you look, and how you show yourself. And you slam the door because you're like, oh my god, I can see this change now. Close that door, straight up, close it. Yeah, it's just like tapping into that and just being like, leave that door open, don't worry about shutting that door, don't worry about the fact that there's a door there, but just don't close it, and just be more open-minded. And then the entirety of the rest of the chapter just revolves around attention. There's a majority of this part actually just talks about the author's own like memories regarding attention, but what I've taken from this is basically that to pay attention is to really help your creative self. Attention is the way to connect and survive. So when we're talking about attention, we're talking about details, like descriptive details. So, I mean, she's talking a lot about her grandma, her nan, and the letters her nan used to write her. And in the letters, it'd be like very specific, like descriptive details about her days, the situations that's going on, or whatever, rather than it being like a generic overview. Being very specific and very attentive about and intentional about what you're writing. Anyway, at the end of this, it says that there's like rules of the road. So I think when I was reading it, it kind of encompassed what the first and second chapter are kind of about at the moment, what I've gauged from it. So number 1 is show up at the page, use the page to rest, to dream, to try. Number 2, feel the well by caring for my artist. When they're talking about the well, I can't remember if I spoke about it in the last few videos, but filling the well with positive stimulants, like positive images, positive ideas, like just anything to do with helping your creativity. I think that's what I gauged. Number 3, set small and gentle goals and meet them. Number 4, pray for guidance, courage, and humility. 5, remember that it is far harder and more painful to be a blocked artist than it is to do the work. Number 6, be alert always for the presence of the great creator leading and helping my artist. Number 7, choose companions who encourage you to do the work, not just talk about... Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that in the chapter. I'll go back to it in a minute. But yeah, choose champions who encourage me to do the work and not just talk about doing the work or why I'm not doing the work. Number 8, remember that the great creator loves creativity. Number 9, remember that it is my job to do the work, not judge the work. I thought that was quite deep, because I think I obviously care more about the judgment of the work as opposed to the amount of work, but also actually doing the work. And then number 10, place this sign in my workplace. Great creator, I'll take care of the quantity, you take care of the quality. Going back really quickly about the companions, they mention in this chapter as well, you have companions. They might be under the guise of like wanting to help you and rooting for you and things like that, but sometimes they're just bored, and sometimes they just want to just know out of like intrigue. So they're basically saying like reading back your morning pages you shouldn't do anyway, but especially not to somebody like that's private. That's between you and your stuff. Like, you don't have to tell people about your artist state. You don't need to tell people about this. You don't have to tell people about that, because they might not have the nicest intention behind wanting to know what's going on. Obviously, me sharing this on YouTube, that's fine. If you have bad intentions, I mean, just stop watching my videos, please. But yeah, I think I'll be a bit more attentive to the people I am talking to. I don't read back my morning pages, but also I don't obviously read them to anybody else. I've told people, like those that have asked about me doing this, that I'm obviously having to do morning pages, but again, I've not said anything about what I'm saying. And the artist date thing, I can't lie, I do feel like I need to stop talking to people about it, because I just feel like they're taking the mickey a little bit. Like, there's just a little bit of there's judgment there, and I don't like that. It just makes me feel like stupid for doing it. So I think I'll just be a bit more private now. But yeah, so the tasks for today or this week, I obviously know that I'm not doing all of them, but there are literally 10 tasks. So I will not be doing 10. Affirmative reading. So every day, morning and night, you have to get quiet and focused and read the basic principles to yourself. Those were the principles, I don't know if you remember, but I read them in the introduction, and that was when I spiraled about talking about music, being a Muslim. So it's those. Be alert for any attitudinal shifts. Can you see yourself setting aside any skepticism yet? I personally don't want to do that, but I know it's because I should, so I'm actually going to do them. I don't even have a pencil around me. Oh, maybe I do. Actually, wait. Yep. So I'll do that one. Where does your time go? So list 5 major activities this week. How much time did you give to each one? Which were what you wanted to do and which were what you should do? How much of your time is spent helping others and ignoring your own desires? Have any of your blocked friends triggered your doubts in you? Take a sheet of paper, draw a circle. Inside that circle, place topics you need to protect. Place the names of those that you find to be supportive. Outside of the circle, place the names of those you must be self-protective around just now. Place a safety map near where you write your morning pages. Use this map, sorry, I know it's so wordy. Use this map to support your autonomy. Add names to the inner and outer spheres as appropriate. Fine. I don't feel any type of way about it, so maybe. Number 3, list 20 things you enjoy doing. When was the last time you let yourself do these things? Next to each entry, place a date. Don't be surprised if it's been years for some of your favorites. This will change. And this is an excellent resource for artist dates. I like that one. I'll do that one. From the list above, number 4, from the list above, write down 2 favorite things that you've avoided that could be this week's goals. These goals can be small, so buy 1 roll of film and shoot it. It's actually quite sad. I used to love photography so much. I still do, and I haven't done it in so long, but specifically film photography as well. I do like digital, like really like it. My phone is actually not bad, to be fair. I have a Nikon D3400, I think. I got that years ago, but it's just not hitting. Like, I need the cameras that they're getting, but I also know it's not the camera, it's the photographer. So maybe I should do something with photography again. I also used to love making videos as well, and I just stopped doing that. So yeah, remember, we are trying to win you some autonomy with your time. Look for windows of time just for you and use them. I'm going to do that one. I like that one. Go to the record store at lunch, even if it's just for 15 minutes, or stop looking for big blocks of time when you'll be free. Just find small bits of time instead. Fairs. Number 5. Dip back into week 1 and read affirmations. Note which ones cause the most reaction. Often, the one that sounds the most ridiculous is the most significant. Write 3 chosen affirmations 5 times a day in your morning pages. Be sure to include the affirmations you made yourself from your blurts. Particularly, I'm not very interested in that one, but... number 6, return to your list of imaginary lives from last week. Add 5 more lives. Okay. Again, check to see if you could be doing bits and pieces of these lives in the one that you're living now. If you've listed a dancer's life, do you let yourself go dancing? If you've listed a monk's life, are you ever allowed to go on a retreat? If you're a scuba diver, is there an aquarium shop that you can visit? A day at the lake you could schedule? I think that's fine. Life pie. Draw a circle, divide it into 6 pieces of pie. Label 1 spirituality, 1 exercise, 1 play, 1 work, 1 friends, and 1 romance/adventure. Place a dot in each of the slices at a degree to which you're fulfilled in that area. Connect it, and you'll basically join them up to basically see like how you feel now, and then you're gonna measure your progress because you'll do it again at another point. Again, I'm good with that. Oh, sorry, there was more to it. So, for example, if your spiritual life is minimal, even a 5-minute pit stop at a synagogue or a cathedral. To be fair, cathedrals are beautiful, honestly. I don't think I've ever visited a synagogue before, but I love cathedrals. I love stained glass windows. I know, obviously, I'm not Christian, but in my future house, like, inshallah, I really want stained glass windows. I just want loads of like open lighting, like natural lighting coming in. Oh, can't wait. Anyway, inshallah. Many of us find that 5 minutes of drum music can put us in touch with our spiritual core. For others, it's a trip to the greenhouse. Point is, just nurture that part of your life that is lacking. Number 8, 10 tiny changes. List 10 changes you'd like to make for yourself, from the significant to the small, or vice versa. So, for example, get new sheets so I have another set, go to China, paint my kitchen, dump my rude friend Alice. That's fine. I'm good with that. Number 9 is basically saying select one small item and make it a goal for this week and do it. That's 9 and 10 basically. So again, I'm good with those two. So I've ticked most of them. The only ones I've left as like is the affirmations back in week 1. Oh, where does your time go? List your 5 major activities in the week. Draw a sheet of paper, draw a circle. Sorry, take a sheet of paper, draw a circle. Inside that circle, place topics of things that you need to protect. Stuff like that. I'm good with that. So that's my week. I haven't planned it. I'll do it tomorrow. No. Oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I'm working all day tomorrow. And then Sunday, I'm working basically the entire afternoon, which means that for my date, I'm going to take myself to cinema. It's not a cop-out, okay? It's not a cop-out. I'm telling you now, telling myself that now, because I know I can already anticipate I'll be very tired from working all day tomorrow, and then I'll be tired to go back in on Sunday. And the cinema is literally like 5-10 minute walk from where I work. Oh my gosh, guys, my voice is going. But yeah, it's literally 5-10 minute walk from where I work. I would like to just switch off. So that's my thing. And Thunderbolts is out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really that interested to watch it though, because I don't know, I just feel like Marvel's fallen off a lot. I used to be obsessed with it. I still am obsessed with the previous era of it. But yeah, this new era is just not hitting. A lot of the TV shows actually bang. The shows during the era, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is probably one of the best Marvel like shows, 100%. But I really also liked the like Daredevil. Oh my gosh, Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, stuff like that. Like that vibe. I liked those. But since Endgame, WandaVision, Elite. Loki was good, but I wouldn't say it was like great. I wouldn't watch it again. Moon Knight is up there, 100%. So good. And to be fair, I haven't finished Agatha All Along, but I had started it. It's actually pretty good. Oh, Falcon and Winter Soldier was okay. Yeah. But like the newer movies I haven't been watching. I haven't even watched Quantumania yet. Oh, actually, tell a lie, I have watched it. It was okay actually. But I really like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Or is it 4? 3. And I did like Thor, Love and Thunder. I know it had mixed reviews, but okay, it's not like a complete miss, but I feel like there's a lot more misses in this era than there were in the last one. Anyway, all of that was to say that I am going to watch Thunderbolts, and if I don't like it, I don't like it, but I'll go treat myself to some ice cream, you know? And that's it. So I'll check in when I've got stuff to check in with. There's no thumbs up today because I'm not using my phone. But yeah.